I've lived here all my life. Was born and raised not far from here. Third generation farmer. We've been here for over 100 years. This is all we've really done, and it's been a good way of life. We've diversified a little bit, but still primarily wheat. Oh, probably about 1,500. Now, we won't harvest that many this year because we grazed a lot out. We put some up for hay for livestock. So we won't harvest all those acres, but probably about close to 1,500 total. Well, it's basically just been the weather. We've had a cool, really wet spring. And wheat's kind of got a mind of its own. When it gets time for it to get ripe, it gets ripe. And it usually takes so many days from the time you planted it. We planted wheat back in September and October. And then it grew through the winter. And then in the spring, it starts going reproductive as we're putting up seed head. And once it does that, we're pretty much at the mercy of the weather. And this year's been particularly troublesome because of all the rain we've had. Generally, we're through cutting wheat by this time of year. We had right here, we had right at 20 inches of rain in May. And then we've had another 10 in June. So we've had 30 inches in these 2 months. Well, our county average annual rainfall here is like 34 inches. You know, if it had quit raining in May, we'd have been all right. We'd have been through harvesting and on to bigger and better things. The grain's dry, the grain's ready to go. You need the moisture on the grain to be down below about 13%, or else it'll spoil in the bin. So the grain's pretty much dry. It dries out pretty fast, but it's just the ground that's giving us problems now. It's so muddy we can't get the machinery over the fields. Plus, when you can see the ruts back behind us here. Those are awful hard to work out so you're ready to plant the next crop. It's kind of a catch-22, and you have to risk versus reward and take all that into account. It's slowing us down, but this is our yearly paycheck. This is the only one we get during the year for this wheat crop. If you have other crops, you have livestock where you have some income other times of the year. But for people that produce food and fiber, they get one check a year, or 2 or 3 checks if they have 2 or 3 commodities. So this is an especially stressful time. You've toiled all year. As soon as harvest is over, we'll start making preparations for the next crop. And you work for a year, and then to get to this point and have Mother Nature throw us a curveball like this, it's a little disheartening at times. Nothing we can't overcome.